The Spanish River. This would be the first significant river I would canoe down after completing my whitewater training at Madawaska Canoe Center. I previously spent the last 2 weeks exploring regions of northern Ontario. As I was slowly making my way home, I realized I was approaching the greater Sudbury area and thought maybe this would be an opportunity to canoe down the Spanish River. I decided to call the Spanish River Outfitters to see if they could provide me with a vehicle shuttle service. And as luck would have it, everything seemed to work out, and within 2 days I would be starting my journey down the west branch of the Spanish River. Most backcountry canoe trips require detailed planning, logistics, and reviewing of the route based off the complexity of the trip. Not this time, however. After about 2 hours on the train, I got dropped off in the middle of nowhere at Sinker Creek, which was literally just a distance marker along the train route where ambitious canoeists would begin their journey down the river. All right, in the cargo car here, this is where my canoe is. I'm just going to rearrange all my gear, make sure it is as I need it for the 4 or 5 day trip down Spanish River. She's a little cold out today. It's high of 8 degrees Celsius, so I have dressed warm and I need to dress appropriately for the wet weather, which I have all that gear. The train is stopped at the time being. It's just waiting for a freight train to cross. I have about 40 minutes to Sinker Creek, I believe, which is one of the drop-off points here on Via Rail. All right, time is 11:35 on September 22nd, 2022. I'm now beginning my journey on the Spanish River at Sinker Creek access point. Canoe is all loaded, ready to go. I'm ready to go. I got my dry top on. I'm gonna keep warm. I'm gonna keep dry. And I plan on staying on the right side of the boat. First class 2 of the trip. Woo! And here we go. No problem. That was the worst, for sure. No problem. And just a little bit more. Fun and exciting. Excellent warm-up, little class 2. Wasn't too technical. A couple boulders I had to avoid. A couple of sweepers. That were really no issue whatsoever. Not much of a threat. So it was good, effective scouts in the rapids. I didn't see any real trouble spots. Identified maybe some potential hazardous spots, but that's it. Happy to get that run out of the way. Especially when it's the first one to run. Build the confidence up a little bit. All right, this is camp 1, night 1, day 1. Got the camp, got everything all set up. Here's my hammock in the background. Any wet, sweaty clothes hanging up. And fire has started. Gathered some firewood, processed it. Soon, I'm going to be cooking myself, likely steak or chicken is on the menu. Haven't decided which one yet. It was a good day today. I got in the camp at a decent time, which is pretty abnormal for me. I decided to cut the day shorter than usual, just so I could leave myself some time to get camp set up while it was still light out. So I think that was a great choice. I have 3 full days of paddling ahead of me, I believe. If it takes me a day longer, no big deal. I'm making great progress, especially with that tailwind. Yay, tailwind. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm right by Bretter Falls. My canoe is 300 meters down the portage, at the end of the portage. So that's one less thing I have to worry about tomorrow, which is great. So I'm just going to settle in, relax, hopefully get to bed at a decent time, because I want to be up bright and early tomorrow. This is what I will be listening to while I sleep. It should lull me to sleep quite nicely. Oh yeah, cheers. All right, good morning. This is day 2, still at Camp 1. I'm just having some breakfast, some scrambled eggs and bacon. I broke camp. I'm pretty much all ready to go. I just have to finish my meal, pack my food away, and then finalize packing my bag of equipment and my dry bag and all that stuff. So I have a remainder of this portage, which is about 300 meters, maybe 200 meters. And my canoe's already there, as I mentioned before. I just have to carry the remaining gear over to the end of the portage. I have a C3 Rapids coming up. I'm likely not going to run that because of the fact that I'm by myself and I have no idea what the conditions are. All right, that is the C3 Rapids portage done. It was 400 meters, but triple carry, so that's 400 with my canoe, 400 back, 400 with some of my gear, 400 back, 400 with the remainder of my gear. So yeah, it's a pretty good haul. But the C3, it was dicey. I likely could have ran it if I was maybe with someone. But the general rule of thumb that I have is if you can't swim it, then don't run it in the canoe. And I think that's a pretty good rule of thumb to follow, because if you don't make it out of the water, well, what's the use? So this is the main channel of the Spanish River. This is after the forks. This is after the east and west meet up. And so everyone that has done the Spanish River has shared this journey, whether they went east or west. Great canoeing. This is some swifts, beautiful scenery. This is what I signed up for. Okay, I had the portage, Athlon Rapids Upper. It's a 400 meter portage. The reason why I portaged it, it was pretty runnable, but there was a sweeper, which is a big tree that goes across the river or partially across the river, that you can get it all tangled up in, and it can drown a canoeist, no problem. So I decided I'd portage that, and I'm at the bottom of Athlon Rapids Upper, and I'm going to do the lower portion, which is a little longer rapids, but I did scout it, and I don't see any hazards of any major concern. So I'm going to bomb it. It's going to be a pretty fun ride. Let's get this done. Okay, I've arrived at Camp 2, Night 2. This is about 3 kilometers past Hogan Massing train station. So the rail is pretty close to me, but you know, it was getting late. The sun is starting to go down on the horizon, so it might be another 3 or 4 kilometers before another campsite. So it was essential that I grab this one while I still could. And the site's really quite nice and spacious. I'm sure I might get a wake-up call by a train tomorrow morning, but hey, guess it's time to get up then. So I'm gonna set up camp, get a fire going, eat some chicken that I have left over, and just relax and enjoy the rest of the night. So tomorrow, should have the full day tomorrow, and maybe the next day after that will be a shorter day. I guess we'll just have to take a look at the map and find out what is going on. All right, let me get to work, set up camp, get all cozied in, and I'll talk to you then. I'm holding up this light just to illuminate my face in the scene a little bit. I'm just sitting here by the fire, trying to keep warm, and I am keeping warm. It's a little chilly, but certainly not unbearable whatsoever. There's no wind, or little to no wind. I had a good feed of chicken wings over the fire. I'm now having a hot chocolate to keep me warmed up internally. And my shoes are drying by the fire, and I'm pretty much ready to go to bed in the next half hour to an hour. Just gonna get all cleaned up and whatnot. All right, I am leaving Camp 2. This is day 3. Had a not bad sleep last night. The train rolled by a couple times. At least the alarming horns didn't go off. So I have a good early start. Not bad anyways. 9 o'clock a.m. in the morning. I am going to be on the river. And I have about 18 or so kilometers to cover today. A few swifts, a couple rapids, and hopefully no portaging, because we want to portage when we can run them. Nice early morning mist off the river. Okay, I had a nice quick paddle for my last campsite, campsite 2. Now I'm approaching the Cliff Rapids. Now don't worry, the name is not nearly as bad as the rapids is. It's just there's a cliff right there, and that's why it's appropriately called Cliff Rapids. So it's about a class 1, 1.5. I scudded it out, no big deal, no problems I've seen. So it should be a good run. And I'm making pretty good time up. That's great. All right, Cliff Rapids. Let's get her done. All right, this isn't bad at all. Easy stuff. Big rock there. Zigzag Rapids.
And it is always good to tie off your canoe when you get to shore, even when you think there's no way it's going to get away on you, but you just never know. Because through the night there could be a big gust of wind, it could slide off the bank, a bear could maul it, who knows. Either way, it'd be horrifying to wake up in the morning and get to your canoe and your canoe's not there. So the weatherman wasn't calling for this rain, and knowing that how reliable weathermen are, I was surprised it is raining. Okay, woke up this morning to a little bit of rain in the air. Nothing too serious, just enough to keep you a little wet. Either way, I'm prepared for it. I got all my rain gear, and for my canoeing, I have my dry top. And I'm likely going to wear neoprene pants, bottoms, and just my shorts, just to keep my lower half warm. So either way, I'm going to break down camp. I'm going to have a little bit of breakfast, and I think I have about 7K to go to the elbow. And I do believe the river picks up some speed as well. So it should be a quick finish to the day, which is good. Then I will likely be on my way home, which is about a 7.5 hour drive. Okay, this is day 4, camp 3, which I'm leaving now. I have about 7K as the crow flies to the elbow. So I'm going to say maybe 10K. Now, if all is well, my vehicle should be waiting at the elbow, dropped off by Spanish River Outfitters, I believe. They dropped my vehicle off last night, so hopefully everything is intact. And no one has taken all my belongings, or even my vehicle, which kind of sucked. Danger. At the end of the road, the elbow.